On the day when the Antichrist encounters Jesus, a significant event unfolds. The Antichrist, a prophesied figure in the Bible, is foretold to rise to power during the end times, deceiving many and opposing God. This figure's characteristics include rising to power, deceiving many, opposing God, and even exalting himself above all that is called God or worshipped. This act includes setting himself up in God's temple and proclaiming himself as God. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 4. The term Antichrist derives from the Greek words anti, meaning against or in place of, and Christos, meaning Christ. Essentially, the Antichrist represents someone or something that opposes or acts in place of Christ. This concept is rooted in the Bible, particularly in the Epistles of John, where the term Antichrist is explicitly mentioned in the books of 1 John and 2 John. This video emphasized the arrival of the Antichrist and the existence of many Antichrists, signifying the last hour. The Antichrist is described as a liar who denies that Jesus is the Christ and denies the Father and the Son. 1 John chapter 2 verses 8, 1 John chapter 2 verse 22. This figure's progression from a regional leader to a global dictator, and ultimately to a godlike status, is foretold. In Revelation chapter 13, the Antichrist is described as a figure who will be mortally wounded but miraculously healed by Satan. This man of lawlessness opposes God, sets himself up in God's temple, and claims to be God, aligning with the broader concept of an Antichrist figure who opposes and seeks to replace Christ. This anticipated meeting between the Antichrist and Jesus is described in Revelation chapter 16, where 7 vials filled with God's wrath are poured upon the earth and its inhabitants. These plagues lead to widespread destruction and judgment as people continue to speak ill of God rather than praising Him. The pouring of these vials sets the stage for the Battle of Armageddon, which is the culmination of these end-time events. The meeting is accompanied by the drying of the Euphrates River, symbolizing a significant change that allows armies from the east to move westward more easily. Speculations surround the reasons for this movement, with some believing it's to destroy Israel or rebel against the Antichrist, a European-based world leader. Ultimately, it leads to a battle against God and His Messiah, culminating in the Battle of Armageddon. The Unholy Trinity, consisting of Satan, the Antichrist, and the false prophet, counterfeits the Holy Trinity of God, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. The Antichrist is identified by various names in the Bible, and the false prophet plays a significant role in promoting the Antichrist's image and executing those who refuse to worship it. A permanent mark, like the mark of the beast, symbolizes total devotion to the Antichrist, leading to eternal death. The Book of Revelation reveals the number of the beast as 666, signifying the Antichrist's identity. After the Battle of Armageddon and the defeat of the Antichrist, Jesus establishes his millennial kingdom, a period of peace and justice lasting 1,000 years. The final judgment occurs after the Millennium, during which Satan is briefly loosed and then defeated. All of humanity is judged based on their works, and the Book of Life is opened. This narrative highlights the significance of the Book of Revelation in revealing the person and prophetic plan of Jesus Christ. It underscores the importance of justice and righteousness, as well as the ultimate triumph of good over evil. The ultimate goal is to lead people towards the light of God's truth and the path of redemption. After the meeting of the Antichrist and Jesus, the world experiences a profound transformation. This event marks the end of the Antichrist's rule and ushers in a new era of hope and redemption. The chains of deception are shattered, and the path to salvation becomes clear. This day signifies the fulfillment of the prophecy found in Revelation chapter 20 verse 1, where the devil, who deceived many, is thrown into the lake of burning sulfur, joining the Antichrist and the false prophet. The period that follows is known as the Millennium, during which Jesus reigns with justice and peace for 1,000 years. This is a time of unprecedented harmony and well-being for humanity, as the world experiences the true leadership of the ultimate, just ruler. After the Millennium, there is one final confrontation. Satan, who had been bound during this era, is released for a brief time. However, his rebellion is quickly quashed, and he is forever defeated. Following this, the final judgment occurs, where all individuals, great and small, stand before God to be judged according to their deeds, as recorded in the books. The book of life is also opened, determining the eternal destiny of each person based on their faith and actions. This story underscores the significance of the book of Revelation as a guide to understanding the prophetic plan of Jesus Christ. It serves as a reminder of the ultimate triumph of righteousness and the defeat of evil. In these times of change and uncertainty, leaders and individuals are encouraged to prioritize justice, fairness, and promoting goodness in the world. Just as Jesus dispensed justice during his reign, we are called to act with integrity, fairness, and compassion in our leadership roles and in society as a whole. As we reflect on this narrative, let us remember that even in the face of darkness, the light of God's truth prevails. This day of meeting between the Antichrist and Jesus signifies the dawn of a new beginning, offering hope, faith, and love to all God's children. May we be united in our pursuit of a world filled with God's grace and mercy, and may we always take refuge in Him, knowing that He is the source of ultimate justice and redemption. In conclusion, as leaders and individuals, let us strive to make a positive impact on the world by promoting justice, compassion, and love, and by living in accordance with the teachings of Jesus Christ. This is the path to true leadership and the fulfillment of God's plan for the world.